Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to What's the 411 News. And you ladies and gentlemen see it on the screen. This month of October, there has been a couple that I know of. This is one of them that you're watching on the screen now. There's been a couple of reparations conventions, if you will, where people are talking about reparations. And here is another one. This one happened on October 20th. Also, there was one on October 7th and 8th. And if you want to see a breakdown of what happened on that, we'll leave a link in the description where you guys can check that out and see the breakdown that I did regarding that particular reparations convention. I actually attended that one in Atlanta. All right, the reparations convention in Atlanta. I attended that one. I give you a nice breakdown. I'll put the link in the description, and you can check it out. It's a 2-hour podcast I did, and I broke down some things in regards to that reparations convention in Atlanta. And you definitely want to check out the things I was saying about that in the video footage to show as receipts. All right. So here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. We had another reparations convention, if you will. And this one was in Brooklyn, New York, if I'm not mistaken. This was on October the 20th, just a few days ago. All right. And yeah, so let's take a look at that before we hit the video. There's one thing I definitely want to say regarding that. All right. These conventions or these reparations, I don't know if you want to call them conventions, meetings, as you guys can see on the screen right here. It says the Road to Reparations. This was sponsored by Du Bois Bunch Center for Public Policy. This was at Medgar Evers College in CUNY, all right, New York. This was New York, Brooklyn, the Brooklyn edition, all right. This was at 1650 Bedford Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And we're going to show you a video here in a minute. But what I want to bring the attention to all these conventions, these reparations meetings or conventions, if you will. All of the ones, I mean, well, I don't know about all of them. I can't say. I can say from the clip that we're going to show you here. I don't have all the video, don't know what they all spoke about. But looking at things from the perspective of these particular reparations movements, or not the movement, but these conventions that these people are having at these colleges, there's a lot of confusion going on and a lot of buffoonery going on. All right. But from the clip that we have, one clip from this, and you guys I'm gonna put the link in the description where you guys can check out my breakdown, my podcast breakdown of the reparations convention, where I dubbed it the Reparations Confusion Convention. All right, in Atlanta. You start noticing a theme between that one in Atlanta and just the video clip for this one. And I'm just gonna make this big assumption. I could be wrong about this whole thing, but just based off the clip, I'm thinking they're all doing the same. They're all under the same buffoonery script, the confusion script. And this one is no different. All right. So let's just take a look at this real quick before we get into the video. Again, this was in Brooklyn, New York. Medgar Evers College. All right. This is like the flyer, their website. And you can see it says the event has passed already. So that was on the 20th. And I guess it says they have a few speakers here, and they said and more. So I don't know who the and more was because they don't have the rest of the pictures up here or names. All right. So you're just getting a quick look at the flyer here, what it looked like, and the few faces on there of the people that were talking. Okay. So now, what we're going to go into, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show this video in its entirety first, and then I'm going to make a little comments here and there. All right. So let's roll this video. Check it out.
And in our lifetime, I ask with every statement that you say "Ashe" as an affirmation, because I'm not doing this. We're doing this. I'm merely leading the way. So for every statement I ask that you say "Ashe," which means so be it, as a sanction, as an affirmation. Tutu. Omi Tutu. Ile Tutu. Hana Tutu. Ona Tutu. Mojuba Olodumare, Mojuba Olodroni, Mojuba Leda, Mojuba Lemi, Mojuba Dumare, Mojuba Olodu, Mojuba Laye, Mojuba Lopresi, Mojuba Lofi, Mojuba Rino Rode, Mojuba Bobo Eda, Mojuba Igba Idon Modajukotum, Mojuba Igba Idon Modajukosi, Mojuba Kali Ni, Niwo Idon Mole, Mojuba Odo, Mojuba Shupa, Mojuba Aye, Mojuba Ile, Mojuba Omi, Mojuba Inya, Mojuba Fefe, Mojuba Odigo Merina Ye, Mojuba Ladu, Mojuba Iwodu, Mojuba Adiwa, Mojuba Gusu, Mojuba Rita, Mojuba Egungu, Mojuba Wo, Iyemi Yeshiranga, Mojuba Luwo 2, Mojuba Luwo Si, Iba Baba, Iba Yeye, Iba Luwo Siwaju, Iba Ajubonkan, Iba Koda, Iba Shida, Iba Bobo Egun, Idile Mi. Now, at this point, I just pay homage to my ancestors. I ask that you call out the names of the ancestors in your family. Call them out. Let's bring the saints in, y'all. Come on.
Judy Lewis.
Ashe, Walter Clark, Eva Thacker. Come on, I don't hear y'all. Y'all my ancestors? Eva. Walter Clark,
We're not African, no.
Yo, check this out, man. Did y'all hear? I'm gonna play this at the very last end. Did you hear what that female voice said? Let's listen to that again, real quick.
Come on, I don't hear y'all. Y'all my ancestors? Eva.
We're not African, no.
All right. So you heard the girl or woman in the background, woman, saying we not African though. WTF, and you know what that means. The video speaks for itself. They're having these reparations meetings or conventions or talks in these colleges, and it's become a buffoonery show. Everything he just did, what does that have to do with foundational Black Americans, or you could say Black Americans, the ones whose ancestors were enslaved in America? What does what he said and did have to do with getting reparations for the descendants of American chattel slavery in the U.S.? What does it have to do with that? And this has been like a theme in a script, as far as I'm concerned, in a bunch of these. Well, this one from this video and the one that I attended. It's become a buffoon show and a confusion show. They constantly want to, where he's doing that, like the lady said in the background at the end, we're not African though. WTF, and that voice sounds real familiar. I could be wrong, but that voice sounds like somebody I've been hearing on Twitter. And I might check with this person and ask them, were they there at this reparations convention or get together at Medgar Evers College? I'm going to see if they went, because that voice sounds real familiar. But this has been the theme between this one and the one in Atlanta, and they're supposedly going to be going to Detroit and DC. Not this one in particular, but there's the Afro Descending group. You, like I said, hit the link in the description and you will find out about that one as I break it down on my podcast show. All right. If you're interested in seeing all the nonsense that's going on They're not mentioning cash payments. They're not mentioning lineage based. They're talking about Africa, Abraham, Cuba, Brazil. And only until they get questioned about it, they might say it's for Black Americans in America. That's when they'll say it, only when they get questioned. And maybe they might not say it then, because there was one lady in the Atlanta one that spoke and asked about it. And one lady responded back, and she went off somewhere in left field with the response. Didn't even say anything about Black Americans. But you guys hit the link in the description and check out my podcast show as I break down the Atlanta Reparations Convention. Just looking at being there at that one and looking at this video, they all seem to be lined up on the same script to not talk about Black Americans, all right? So you guys let me know what you think about this one, man. It's crazy, boy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we can't let them get away with none of this nonsense either, all right? All right, with that being said, like I always say, no matter where you are around the world, you can always bet on the new Black media. This is What's the 411 News, and I'm out. Peace. Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.